And save. All right. Here we go. Try 3, maybe 4. I've tried to start this live stream a few times now, and I think I might have got it now. I am trying out the OBS Studio software. I have not done a lot of live streams. I'm going to admit that right now. But I am trying out, like I said, the OBS Studio. If you know, maybe if you've had some experience with OBS or another live streaming software, make a comment. Let me know what you think about this OBS, or if there's another live streaming software that you think might be better. Let me know, because I would sure like to check it out. So today, I am currently, gosh, I work today. Now I'm at home. Hey, who just joined? Hello, back at you. How are you? Thank you for joining. Let's see. All right. So, one of the things I wanted to talk about on this stream was I wanted to talk a little bit about drone safety. If you follow this channel, you know that I love flying drones, and but I wanted to tell a story about a time when I was flying the drone. I actually have 2 that I want to share, and the first one has to do with a little bit more safety, I guess you could say. There was another YouTuber had asked me to help them film something at the beach, and they wanted me to use their drone. Eve Belize, if you see this, you got to make a comment. You were there, you saw this. I put it in a video too, but whatever. So I put the drone up, and I really wanted to do the right, help this other YouTuber out. Great friend of mine, great person. And it was a little bit windy day, and at the time I was like, I think it's not too windy, but I launched the drone, and I guess when I got the drone up to a little bit higher elevations, it was over the water. The wind was a little bit more than I thought it was going. And it started actually pushing my drone out to sea. Like, I was trying to bring it in, but it wasn't like gaining any ground. And I was like, oh no, and I kind of panicked. I put it in sports mode so it'd have a little bit more power. And then I dropped the altitude a little bit, and then it came in, and I crashed it in some bushes. Luckily, I didn't hit anybody or do anything like that, but it goes to show you that it's important. A couple of things that you need to do if you're going to launch your drone: know the weather, know the wind. Certain drones, like in my case, the drone that I've been using as of recent, the Mavic Air 2, is pretty sustainable and winds up to like 22 miles an hour. But if you're going to get winds higher than that, or gust of winds higher than that, probably isn't a good idea to launch the drone. Also, always follow drone safety. I was reading an article earlier today, and there was a man in California that put his drone up, and he launched his drone at night, and unfortunately there was a police helicopter. The police had called in support of a helicopter to help them. There was a pharmacy being robbed, and they needed support of a helicopter, and his drone impacted that helicopter and caused it to have an emergency landing. Oh, somebody else joined. Hello, thank you for joining. I appreciate it. Wow, cool. Got 2 people. All right. So let me know how you're doing today in the comments. How's your day going? I'm just talking a little bit about drones because I don't know if you watch my channel, you know that I fly drones, and that's like my biggest hobby. It's something I really enjoy doing. I was telling my daughter earlier today that it actually relaxes me. Like if I'm in a bad mood, I can go out somewhere nice, put the drone up in the air. Something about seeing the wide open spaces and the beauty from above, that looking down, I just love it, And I was talking about a helicopter where a drone actually impacted a helicopter. Oh, you love to fly a drone too? Cool. Well, I'm going to tell a couple of drone stories while I'm here on this live stream today. So stick around. Maybe they'll interest you. Let's see. The bad one that I just told was about the police. It was actually happened in Los Angeles. Let's see, Freedom When You Fly. Oh, yeah, Freedom When You Fly, that's right. This actually happened in Los Angeles. The police had called in support of a helicopter, and somebody was flying their drone, and they actually impacted the helicopter and caused it to make an emergency landing. And that's why it's really important. I want to put it out there to know your drone laws, know how high you can fly, when you can fly, and make sure you fly safely. So that's my public service announcement in this stream. Now, I'm going to tell you, let's see. I know a good one. Here's another drone story. This happened really not too long ago, and I didn't post any videos about it or anything like this, but one of the places that I love to fly my drone, it's not far from my house, is a place called River Park. And I like that because there's a whole river corridor that stretches for miles, and it's beautiful, and you can put the drone up and fly it, and you don't have to worry about flying over houses or people, and you can get some really beautiful footage. So I drove up early in the morning. There was one car parked in the parking lot. I didn't see anybody at this point. And I got out of my car and I started walking towards this picnic. They had picnic tables, and there's this one certain picnic table where I usually launch my drone and do my thing. But as I'm walking, I could hear this buzzing. I could hear the noise of a drone flying. And as I'm walking up to the picnic table, I see the person, they were sitting in their car. They get out and they're walking over and they're flying a drone. And I'm like, oh, cool, you're flying a drone. He's like, yeah, I'm actually doing a live stream. He had a Mavic Pro, and he was doing a live stream with it. Let's see. Oh, I'm reading a comment. Hold on. Cut the story for a comment. It says, in Scotland, any drone weight over 300 milligrams, you have to register with the government. Here, too. That is true. We have to register with the FAA. We do. So anyway, back to the story. You have a Mavic Pro too. So you're going to, wait till you hear the story. So he's live streaming. I didn't even know you could live stream with the drone, but he's live streaming with it. And he seemed like such a nice gentleman. He's talking to his audience about the beauty and of God's creation, and he's filming it with his drone. And so I was watching him do it, and I was kind of waiting. I didn't launch my drone yet because I was going to kind of let him finish flying. And he brought his drone back. And for some reason, instead of like launching in a wide open spot, like a grassy area, he had launched his drone on the pier because River Park is right on the river. It's a marina, and there's docks and piers there. And he had launched from this narrow pier that has railing on the right-hand side. And so he brought it back, and the drone was coming down. And as it was coming down, it got to the railing, and it was a little close to the railing. So he wanted to bring it over to be more in the center of the dock, but the drone was facing him. So the controller is just the opposite. When the drone's facing you, if you want to move the drone to the left, you have to actually have to move hit the controller to the right. Well, he hit the controller the wrong way. That drone flew into the rail, crashed, flipped over the rail. Oh, hi Rose. My wife's on here. Hello, I love you. So anyway, he hit the railing. The drone flips over and lands in the water. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, oh no. Well, he drops his controller, and of course he jumps in the water after the drone. So he gets in the water, gets his drone. It is, of course, drenched, soaking wet. And then I actually have to help him out of the water because climbing back up is a little more difficult than jumping in. I help him up. I was like, oh man, such a nice guy for something like that to happen to. But I learned a huge lesson through that crash. One thing is be careful where you launch your drone, because when you bring it home, even though they work off a GPS and you set the home point, they don't always land exactly in the spot where they take off. And sometimes it's within a foot of it or a couple of feet of the spot. But in his case, he launched from such a narrow platform of the dock that it was a foot off of where he took off from, and it put him really close to that railing. And he tried to correct, went the wrong way, hit the railing, and crashed. So, moral of the story, wide open space, in a field, best place. Don't launch like on a narrow dock with water on both sides where accidents can happen. All right. So how is my sweetheart doing? I love you so much too. Oh, yes, you can go. I'm reading comments. Yes, you can go live on the Mavic Pro if you have a strong signal and it's not too windy. That's cool. I wonder if you can do that with the Mavic Air 2. I'm going to have to check that out. If anybody is on here and they have a Mavic Air 2 and if it does it, let me know. So that's another drone story. Now that my wife is on, I'm going to tell you another story. Oh, you're doing good. I'm glad you're doing good, sweetheart. I'm going to tell you another drone story that happened while I was with my beautiful wife, Rose. All right, Rose, you ready for this? Okay, so we're on the island of Mindanao in the Philippines. And I wanted to go up into the mountains and fly my drone. And my first thought was, you know what? I'm going to rent a vehicle. But then we decided not to rent a vehicle because we have family there that had a vehicle that we could use, and it kind of turned into a little bit of a family thing, and we all headed up into the mountains to fly. We were going to go for a cool spot for me to fly my drone. So on the way up the mountain, though, we're driving up it, the transmission went out on the van. Oh man, that was horrible. I felt so bad. And plus the transmission went out, and the van didn't have a good emergency brake, so we had to get rocks because we're on a mountain road, so we didn't want to throw backwards. We had to get rocks to put underneath the tires so it didn't roll back. And luckily we were near a little town that's right on the side of the mountain road. Like the buildings are right on the edge of the mountain road, and they hang off. They're on stilts on the backside because it's literally on the side of a mountain. So we walked up to there. Oh, Iblis. Hi, Iblis. How are you? Nice to see you. Well, thank you for joining the live stream. I just told a story about when I was flying the drone out there helping you on your video, and I crashed it. Now I'm telling another story about when I was in the Philippines flying the drone. So anyways, we're on the side of the mountain. We walk up to this town. Roy, he goes with somebody to get help, to help rescue us off the side of the mountain. First thing that we do is we go to this little Sorry store, and we have a snack, get some water, and then we're thinking, hey, we're already on the mountain. We're up pretty high. Let's go somewhere. Okay, cool. Let's go somewhere, or let's just walk down a little bit further and fly the drone. So my beautiful wife, loving wife, we're walking, and she's she has an umbrella, and she's holding it over my head because she's worried about me because I had this skin cancer thing on the back of my neck already removed once, and she didn't want me to get too much sun. And so thank you for doing that, Rose. That was a really loving thing to do, holding that umbrella over my head the whole time we're up there. So we get to this little bend in the road, and it kind of opens up, and you can see it's just this beautiful wide open mountain range. Oh, cool. Got somebody else joining. Hi, how are you? Nice to see you too. By Vanny Colors. Man, these are all awesome channels. I tell you what, every channel that is joined so far, I want to thank you for joining, for one, but also y'all should check out each other's channels because these are all very awesome channels. I think y'all love them. And so back to the story. We get to this wide open mountain range, and it is beautiful. So I launched a drone. I think some of the best drone footage that I've ever had up to that date. Flew the drone and it was beautiful. I can't even describe it. If you want to see it, you have to go back and watch one of my videos. It's Mountain Road, Davao, Philippines, I think is the title of it, but you'll find it on there. And so we went back to the little town or whatever that's on the side of the mountain, and we have some food. We decide to eat. And everybody gets together. Somebody comes and rescues us. But we decide to eat first, and after we're done eating, and this is the funny part of the story. Rose, I'm sorry, but this is the funny part of the story. My beautiful wife she needed to go to the restroom, so she asked the people working there, "Do you have a restroom?" And they said, "Yeah, you just got to go down these stairs." So she goes to the stairs and starts to go down, but then a second later, she comes back to the table and she's like, "Can you come with me? I'm scared." So I'm like, sure. So we go, and I tell you what, because these buildings are on the side of the mountains, it's a steep stairway down, and it was not very tall. I had to like literally kind of go backwards down it like I was climbing a ladder. And we get to the bottom of this staircase, and it's like there's chickens down below the building and everything, and we see like this other little building with the door, and I'm like, that has to be the restroom. So I go over, I kind of knock on the door. There's nobody in there. I open it up, and the restroom, all it was just like a hole in the ground. Next to it was, oh, cool, thank you. All it was like a hole in the ground, and there was a bucket with a scoop, a bucket of water with a scoop, and that's where my poor wife had to go to the restroom. But it was such a funny story, and I was like, okay, there you go, Rose. Rose, if you remember that, make a comment. So somebody put cool, that's Cats GYT, another great channel, check it out. So cool, thank you very much for that. So, man, let me see who all we have on here. We have By Vanny Colors, Eve Belize, Rose Hall. My wife Rose, y'all may not know this, but she has a YouTube channel too. Check it out. She probably hasn't posted a video in a while. We're gonna have to get better at that and post some more videos. And okay, thank you. So we're talking drone stuff, and maybe let's see. What else? Should I tell another story? I don't know. Hold on. Let me get some water. All right. So current viewers, looks like we got 6. So now that I got some people on here, how many of y'all do live streams? If you do a live stream, I would appreciate some help, because I haven't done many, and I'm trying out this software, this OBS Studio software, and I'm still learning it, so I have a lot to learn. But tell me if you use that software, if there's another program that might be better than OBS that you use, let me know, because I would like to do more live streams in the future, and I'd like to do it. Hold on, we're getting more comments. Oh, is that Techie DIY? Hi, how are you? Thank you for joining. StreamYard. Sakuna says StreamYard is good for live stream. Okay, I'll check that one out. Cool. And okay, By Vanny Colors, you use StreamYard too. Thank you. Hey, thanks for stopping by, Florida Pirate. Stopping by to say hi and giving a thumbs up. Thank you, sir. Hey, so many great channels are joining that everybody that's on here has a great channel and are very supportive. Check them out. Check out each other's channels. I tell you what, I appreciate everybody that's come on so far. Thank you very much. Oh, it's Ticha. I'm going to say it wrong. I'm sorry. I'm horrible. Ticha, did I say that right? All right. So StreamYard. I got to check out some StreamYard. Cool. I'll do that. So the other day I was going through and a Florida Pirate video popped up. And Florida Pirate, he's got this really cool Jeep, 4-wheel drive. And I was watching him go. They had like this mud thing set up, or it was on the side of the road. They were going through mud. And man, he must have did it like 6 times, never got stuck once. Other people were getting stuck. It was probably a combination of good driving and also a really cool vehicle. Florida Pirate, I love your Jeep Wrangler. That thing's cool. Also, Florida Pirate, if you're still on, tell me, have you heard from Robert Aguilar? I haven't seen him post many videos or any videos lately. Is he doing okay? I know you did some collabs with him and stuff. Man, what another great guy. Uh-oh. You're welcome, Florida Pirate. So, okay, OBS is good too. Play video or music, pictures, cool. I have to learn how to do some more stuff on this. All right. So, yeah, I tell you, one of my favorite adventures, Florida Pirate, is a venture that Robert Aguilar and you took, and y'all went out to that island. They kayaked out to an island, and they actually spent the night there, cooked out. And what I was impressed with is that they probably left the island in better condition than when it was left. They picked up, I think they even left firewood for the next people that went out there. That was a great video. I love that. AGA World, hey, all right, hi, thank you for joining. Okay, he's doing good. He spent a lot of time riding his motorcycle and Facebook. Okay, cool. Tell him I said hi. Tell Robert I said hi. I miss his videos. That's another great channel. All right. So, let's see. Another drone story, maybe. Let's see. I have a lot. Okay, this is a good one. This one isn't from very long ago. One of the things that I've always wanted to do with the drone. Oh, thank you, Florida Pirate. Thank you. One of the things I've always wanted to do with the drone was, I always wanted, have you ever seen that footage where you get above like the clouds or the fog and just beautiful like mountain range type footage? I wanted to do that for so long. And in Florida, unfortunately, we don't get many days like that. Plus, it's just not the same as being up in the mountains. So 2020 was tough. I didn't get to do anything I wanted to do in 2020 because of the pandemic, and we didn't get to travel as much or anything, which is I'm sure a lot of you did. But hey, Adam, cool. I flew the drone once. It had red propellers. How are you doing, Adam? You fly the drone more than once, man. This guy has got some of the coolest drone footage I've ever seen. If you want to see some really cool drone footage, better than what I do, go check out Adam's channel and you'll see some. But anyway, back to my story. So one of the things I wanted to do is get up in the mountains and try to get those conditions where you fly over. Mike the Miking! What's up, dude? Haven't talked to you for a while. Okay, Mike likes flying the drones too. Mike has a DJI Mavic Zoom. We did a collab one time when I still was flying my Spark. Check Mike's channel out. He's got a great channel too. He is also an awesome singer. So yeah, and you definitely got to check out Mike's channel. All right, so back to the story. So that's one of the things I wanted to do. So, and we didn't get to do hardly anything in 2020, like I said. So my daughter and I, we got on the computer and we just were like, we did a search for what are the best places for photography in the United States. And a ton of places come up. And there are some other places that I want to go to and I will get to eventually. But the one that we chose was Asheville, North Carolina, the Blue Ridge Mountains. So we flew into Asheville. We rented a vehicle. And this was before Christmas, before the Christmas rush and everything. It's kind of cool because my daughter's she hasn't flown a lot and she has a little bit of anxiety about it. So she is a little bit nervous. So, but they were so nice at the airlines. Of course, it was, before the Christmas rush or anything, and they upgraded us to first class. So I think that helped her a little bit and she did fine. We got there, rented a vehicle, and went into Asheville. So once we got there, I didn't know the area, but we checked out downtown, which is a beautiful downtown. I love downtown Asheville. A lot of good places to eat. And these people at a shop that we went to, it's kind of like a hippie shop. They told us of a cool place because I described to him, I was like, listen, I'm looking for a place to fly the drone. I'm not from around here, so I don't know where I can fly it, where I can't. And he's like, I think I know the perfect spot. And he told me about a place, and he gave me directions to a place called Buzzard Rock. So the next day, we took off and we went to this Buzzard Rock. And it was, man, I could not get over. Just when we were driving, we were getting up, driving up into the mountains. We were really getting in what felt to me like high elevations. My ears even popped as we were driving up there. And you could see the road was kind of narrow and you could see like the valley below, and we were kind of nervous driving on this road because it was so narrow. You could hear us. I made a video about it, and you could hear us like chattering about it. I was like, ugh. But you could see into the valley, and I could see as I was driving that this is the conditions that I've been wanting to fly my drone in for a long time. You could see we were getting higher than the clouds, the fog or the clouds. And we get up to Buzzard Rock, and it's like there's some parking on the side of the road. There's this big, huge rock. I guess that's actual buzzard rock, and people have painted graffiti all over. It's kind of cool. And I launched the drone, and I actually got some of, man, beautiful footage. Got to fly my drone over the clouds. Check out that video if you haven't. That was probably another one of the best times I've had flying the drone. As you can tell, I like flying the drone. Okay, Adam gave me a big thumbs up. Cool, thank you, Adam. All right, so I probably bored y'all enough with drone stories, but I want to thank everybody that joined this live stream. I'm going to be cutting it off in here. Hold on. Oh, you love the clouds? All your shots were great. Oh, well, thanks, man. Thanks, Adam. All right, I'm going to cut this live stream off. I'm going to be heading out. All right, take care, Florida Pirate. We'll see you. You have a nice evening, too. Don't forget to tell Robert I said hi. All right, so I'm going to cut the live stream, and I want to thank everybody that joined. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for supporting my channel, and I'll be back at you. I'll be there supporting your channel as well. If you're new to this channel and maybe checking out this live stream in the replay and you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing and checking out our videos. And I'm Scott with Scott's Journeys, and I will see you in the next live stream. Take care.